Good morning, everyone. We are live from Houston, Texas. This is Tuesday, August 7th, and show number 73. I'm so happy you're here. Had a few people in the chat room before the show started, so that was always fun. Good morning, Captain Cheryl, Captain Terry, Captain Charles. It was great chatting with you before the show started. If this is your first time at the show, remember, I always get the show set up at least a half hour in advance, and that opens up the chat room. So you're always welcome to pop on in and chat before the show starts. It's a lot of fun. And if this is your first time, be sure to subscribe to the Captain Housekeeper YouTube channel. Ring the little notification bell so you'll be alerted when I go live. Good morning, sweet Sarah May. How are you? Good morning, Captain Kristen. Good to see you too. I'm glad you're here. If you caught yesterday's show, I talked about natural alternatives to fabric softeners. So be sure you boogie on over and watch that show if you didn't catch it yesterday. If you did catch it but you didn't write down what I said, I actually created a blog post about alternatives to fabric softeners. So if you look in the show description, it should be the second link there in the show description. I have a link to the blog post I created where I put all that information we talked about on the show, so you can go and look and adopt what you want to do in your own home. Well, it's Tuesday. Hope you're all doing okay. Survived Monday, wasn't that nice? Tuesday's the day the pool service comes. And so I went out there and unlocked the gate for the pool service this morning. They haven't shown up yet, which is fine. But it reminded me last week, I don't know if I told you, they came in the morning. They did such a good job. The pool looks so clean. I automated and delegated that, right? I don't know, about an hour after they were here, we got this really, really blustery thunderstorm move through. And it blew all the leaves and dead wood out of the trees and right back into the pool. So Wednesday I had to go clean the pool out again. But what are you going to do? They keep the chemicals balanced, which is really what keeps the water clear. But I'm hoping today, because it's starting to get cloudy again, I'm hoping it doesn't do that again. I'd rather have them clean it. So anyway, Tuesday morning. Well, I got my attack plan out. I did some of my morning chores. I got the dishes all caught up. I like to make sure the dishes are done at night, but that means loading the dishwasher, and I set it to run in the middle of the night so I don't have to listen to it. So this morning I got the dishwasher unloaded. So that was really nice. Usually on Tuesdays I do some other things, so I take the dogs to daycare, but this week I'm trying out a new strategy, and they're all home. We didn't celebrate Tamaya's birthday, but that's okay, she's a dog. She didn't know any better. But she doesn't look a day over 5 now. So. But thank you for all the birthday wishes yesterday. I appreciate it very much. Oh, if you have a question that you'd like me to answer in a future show, like that natural fabric softener question I did for Captain Maggie, please go ahead and throw it in the chat room if you're here. And if you're watching in the future, leave it as a comment, and I will get back to you on a future show and hopefully answer your question. So today what I was going to talk about is Captain Stitching Out Loud. I was kind of hoping she'd show up so she could hear this live. But if you're watching the future Stitching, this one's for you. Captain Stitching Out Loud wanted to know some tips and tricks for keeping your pipes clean naturally, not using the chemicals that you can buy. Chemicals work really well, don't they? I mean, they're real harsh, but sometimes we want to just keep the drains flowing. And this is especially, important to me right now because I just went through that whole rigmarole of having all the pipes replaced. So I want to make sure the pipes, all the plumbing stays clear now because they're all clean. It's like a fresh start. So here's some things you can do that are natural ways of keeping your pipes clean. One of the things is, the easiest thing to do is to be sure to run a lot of hot water after you've used your drains. This is especially true in the kitchen. If you've used the drains at all in the kitchen, I recommend you don't put grease down your pipes. I usually put it in like an old dog food can if I'll fish out of the trash, because most grease is going to solidify, and if you think about it, it's going to solidify in your pipes. But some might still get down it from washing the dishes or whatever. So what I like to do is I like to run a lot of hot water, especially in the kitchen, every single time I use the kitchen, like to clean up. You can do that obviously in the, if you're taking a shower, it's already hot, right? But running hot water every time is actually the easiest way to do that. And then about once a week, to try to, I don't know, help that effort, is you can just take a handful of baking soda and put that first and then run the hot water. And the baking soda, as it goes through the pipes, actually does a really good job of scrubbing the pipes as it's going. So if there's anything like there's joins or there might be corners in your plumbing, where the pipe turns a corner, those are places where things might build up. So once a week baking soda will help keep all of that nice and clean. Then about once a month, if you really want to help it along, which is a really good idea, is put that handful of baking soda down, but then put a cup of vinegar, and it's going to foam up. And the thing about vinegar is it breaks things down. If you've ever had hard water on a glass or something, you can put vinegar in that and it dissolves all that hard water. So wait 30 minutes after you've put the vinegar down the drain, and then run lots of hot water too. Now, I've read online, or I've heard people say you should put boiling water down your pipes, but you have to be super careful, because depending on the condition of your pipes, boiling water could actually make them burst. So personally, I don't do that. I just run hot water down the drain. Then if you do have a slow drain, here's the thing, is sometimes things do build up, right? And you have a slow drain and you want to get those running better. So this is what you can do. Take a bowl and mix a half a cup of baking soda, not baking soda, even though that sounds really delicious, baking soda, a half a cup of salt, and kind of mix it together with a spoon. Dump that down your drain that's running slowly, and then take a half a cup of vinegar and put that down in that mixture. And what I like to do is, if I'm going to do this, I'll do it at night before I go to bed, so it has a chance to soak overnight. Otherwise, you need to let it soak at least an hour. I mean, these aren't harsh chemicals like you buy at the store, so they do take time, to really work. But I like to do it overnight. So you put the salt and baking soda mixture, and then put the vinegar, let it sit overnight, and then in the morning run a whole bunch of hot water, and that'll help clear it out. And you might have to repeat it. So if you're not getting them running as fast as you'd like them to be, because you need your drains to run quickly, repeat that whole process again, and it might take 2 or 3 times. But you'll clear that. All it is if it's running slowly, that means there's a buildup in the pipe. So that'll help clean it out. You get that cleaned out, and your water should run really, really well. So Stitching Out Loud, thanks for a great question. I hope that helps. If you have a stinky disposal, that's a whole nother thing, and I do have a video on that. It's tips and tricks for stinky disposals. Look it up in my tips and tricks playlist. And it's a lot of the same things, but it's specifically for your disposals. So, I hope that helps. I saw some stuff come through. Oh, Captain Terry wants tips for cleaning ceiling fans. That's a great question. Thank you. Captain Terry says, in the kitchen, are you treating both sides of the sink or just the disposal side? I would do both, Captain Terry, because your disposal has all those blades. It's a bladed situation. So all those pieces in there can get built up on them. So run this through your disposal also. The vinegar works great. The baking soda works great. All of that works great to break down all the food. And I have more tips on the disposal in that video I was just saying. But yes, I would do both sides. You want to keep everything flowing as much as possible. Oh, Captain Dawn, that's my sister. Hi, Dawn. So glad you're here. She says, another good tip to clean a slow drain is a half cup of Dawn dish soap in the drain. Oh, that's a really, really good tip, Dawn. I actually use Dawn dishwashing soap. I got the advanced formula one. I don't know if that makes a difference. But that Dawn works really well because it's an enzymatic cleaner, and because it's a little bit thick, it kind of coats whatever you're trying to clean. So a drain work, that's a great idea for a drain. It also works really great for a stain removal because it breaks down the grease. And it sits, you don't want to put it too much, especially if you have a front-loading washer, because you'll have a Brady Bunch situation going on with your washer. But a little bit on there, and I tell you what, it takes stains right out also. So thanks for the great tip, Don. That's another way to get a slow draining sink or a clogged toilet to run. Enzymes are amazing, aren't they? They do so much good. In a previous show, a long time ago, I can't remember how long ago, I talked about a product that I use also to keep the pipes running. It's called, I think it's called Earthworms. It's an all-natural enzymatic cleaner. I don't remember which video that was on, but if you want to see a picture of the bottle, it's in my Amazon product page. Just look for the link in the show description that says products I've mentioned. And you can see it's called Earthworms. I get it at Sprouts, which is more of a all-natural grocery store. They might have it at Kroger, I don't know. But you can get it off Amazon too. Just look it up on my Amazon product page. And that's safe to put down your toilets too. So if you want to keep everything running. Oh, I remember, I think it was Captain Karen had said that she uses that Earthworms, and she's never had to have her septic tank cleaned out, which is a big deal because usually you have to get them cleaned out. So obviously those enzymes are doing a great job. So thank you, Captain Karen. I had forgotten about that. So anyway, so it's Tuesday. I have lots of stuff to do. The doggies are home, so I have to take care of them also. It's a lot of let the dogs out, let the dogs in, let the dogs out. Hopefully the pool cleaning service will come soon so I can take the dogs out to swim and get them exercised. Because if they're exercised, not exorcised, exorcised, exorcism's a whole different thing. And we don't cover that on Captain Housekeeper. Anyway, they need to get some exercise. I should walk them, but it's too hot for Daddy right now. So this fall they'll get more walks, I promise. Okay, everyone. Well, Captain Dawn, just because you're in charge of your house doesn't mean you have to do everything. Automate and delegate whenever possible. Please subscribe to the Captain Housekeeper YouTube channel. Ring the notification bell. And before you leave, give the video a thumbs up if you're enjoying them. Check out my blog post from yesterday on natural fabric softener alternatives. There's a link in the show description also. Okay, say it with me, everyone. No matter what life throws at me, I have the ability to make this a fantastic day. Okay, love you guys so much. We'll see you tomorrow at the same time, 11 a.m. Central in the USA. Bye-bye.